What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. Valdtv doing damage control on Remy Ma. So he had a guest come up named Gloria Velez. And Gloria Velez get to going into details on all the 3 times she had to beat Remy Ma up and stomp her out. So Vlad, at a time when Remy Ma, is getting a lot of views on the internet, and the Easy to Block Captain Papoose, Clarissa Shield thing going on. So, they go into your past, bring up other things, and, they just want a different story than everybody else. So Vlad calls up Gloria Velez, and Gloria Velez, this is what he wants. He wants this part of the interview because, again, Remy Ma is the algorithm right now. So he wants this part of the interview. And Gloria Velez goes off into one of the accounts of what she did to Remy. So let's listen to it.
And Remy comes and my boy's like, Remy's back, like, what you gonna do? And I was like, all right, we just started going at it. And I whip her, I rip her jewelry off. I start stomping her with my boots because I had high heel boots on it because it's cold, it's wintertime. And then this time they let us last the fight and I got it in. I was furious, but then I already was warmed up. And they brought us apart. She lost all her jewelry. And then that's when, I started getting phone calls. I need to pay for the jewelry. And then the men started being involved because they said, I need to pay for the jewelry.
Okay. Now, in this interview, I ain't going to play too much because Vlad, he be flagging channels and things like that. But that's enough for me to play to give you an example of what's going on. So Gloria Velez, in this interview, she began to say how Remy Ma was a bully, had a lot of women and stuff scared of her. She used to be with a lot of girls, a lot of people, so she used to intimidate people, but she was one of the ones that she wasn't going to be intimidated, nor allow her to intimidate her. And Remy used to poke her chest around, and, she used to so-called be hustling and, messing with a lot of dudes. And she had to put hands on her 3 different times. And she began to talk about how her people and them took her pistol from her. Like, for instance, let me just go here.
Performing, there's a lot of people performing. And she was there, kept looking at me, and she just flashed her little pistol and kept, swaying it. I'm just like, that's not me, right? Like, me? And then one of my boys, my man's boys, just grabbed the gun and said, if you're going to pull it out, you better use it. And he took it from her.
Okay, right there. And then she was just saying how it all started because, Remy was basically calling herself a bully and living the raps. Let's listen.
So many girls. So Remy was a bully. Always have been a bully. So a lot of girls were afraid of her. So when she told them to do things or say this or flirt with their man, like, she was very aggressive. She has aggressive nature.
See, the things that we tend to find out and know about Remy, and this wasn't the first time they fought. It was at the Jadakiss party. Let's listen to some of this.
Okay, it's on. It's on now, bitch. So I really started wailing on her, fucking her up. And then her girlfriend started hitting my girlfriends.
Oh, the Playboy models?
Yes, like beating them up. It's on now, bitch. Address of where he went to school. I saw red. That's it. You're threatening my child now. And that's when I threw the punch. And I started wailing on her. I just saw red. I was like, that's it. Okay, it's on. It's on now, bitch.
Okay, so according to Gloria Velez, Remy was threatening her son, saying what school he went to basically prove to her that she did her research on her, and basically, again, trying to threaten and intimidate her to basically stay in her place. I know where you live. I know where your son go to school. And again, she said, I wasn't intimidated. And since you now threatening my son, I ain't finna play no games with you. And according to what she said, she threw the first punch, took off on her, and whooped her. Okay. Then they saw each other again at another party, you know, and that's when she whooped her again. But then she called Fat Joe on the phone and told Fat Joe she had got jumped when it was actually really her that beat her up by herself. Let's listen to that.
When she's walking in, I'm fighting. You remember Sunny from Hot 97? Now she's like a chef.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she's like in a cooking show. She jumps me, and I'm fighting her now. I'm ripping her wig off. I'm in motion. You know what I mean? And Remy comes, and my boy's like, Remy's back, shorty, getting her hair done. But I'm not shit. That day, they beat her. She was waiting for her. I bought her tires, getting the best of her. Started talking, and then my boy James, he used to be part of the terror squad. The bouncers wanted to break us up, so they broke us up. She goes outside. She calls Joe, Fat Joe, and is like, oh, I got jumped. That's what she said initially. So they started talking, and then my boy James, he used to be part of the terror squad, was like, that didn't happen.
Right.
Right. So that's when she beat her up again. Then she went out and told Fat Joe she got jumped. Then Fat Joe knew the guy James, who used to be a part of the terror squad, told him, no, she didn't get jumped. She just got beat up. And then Fat Joe was like, okay, well, now since we all together, let her go back in and let's see what she telling the truth. Let Remy go back in and let her fight again. Since she said she got jumped, and now I'm talking to somebody that I trust opinion, and let's see how it plays out. And that's when Gloria said she got to whooping her and stomping her out again. So that's the third time she beat Remy Ma down. Now, this is what I mean by this is what Vlad wanted. This is the story that Vlad wanted. But there's also a lot of the things that's been said about Remy that we heard of, and why this stuff is so terrible, man. When you have this mentality, this ghetto mentality of trying to live the raps, trying to be a mob and gangster. Let me tell you something. Trying to live a gangster mafia life in the United States is not going to happen. You're going to get indicted. You're going to go to jail. And there is not people. Let me tell you something. In this day and age we live in, killers prey on killers. Every mob got their own killers. I don't care. Whatever set, whatever group you from, everybody got their own set of killers that's not scared of your killers. And if you're making any type of money, I don't care who you is. Everybody who making money got killers in their corner who willing to do the work for them. So you're not just finna gangster, take over, run things, when everybody got their own killers and gangsters that's ready to meet your energy. So that's just foolish and it's stupid to do these things. But that's that pride and arrogance, trying to live up to something that actually you can't live up to. You can't live up to. The thing I hate about this is when people be doing this stuff, and because they try to prey on people who they believe they have an advantage over. Ain't nothing worse than a coward who pull guns on people who unarmed and don't have no guns. Ain't nothing worse than that. Shooting unarmed people. That don't make you a gangster. That's not gangster at all. That's a coward. If you got to shoot an unarmed person, you're a coward. You're a coward. And neither is that fair grounds. But I know hate does that, ignorance does that. And what's crazy about these things is so many people just trying to be accepted, trying to live up to others' expectations. And it's just terrible. Mothers, these are mothers. And to be this old, everybody bucking for the spot, only for you to be replaced with somebody else after they done with you. Everything you fighting and warring about, it's only for a temporary position that somebody else is going to be sitting in that you're willing to risk your life to temporarily be. Just keeping it 100 with you. That's why it's stupid and it's foolish. Every woman want to be the tough guy. Every man want to be the tough guy. Everybody wants to lord themselves over one another. And this is what she was actually talking about in the beginning of this video, how they got it set up that it could only be one. Let me show y'all that.
No, we never got physical. It was just words.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just jealousy. Miami. I'm from this, you know, I was living in the South. In our industry, they feel like there should be just one female in the game, you know, and they put us against each other.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's the problem that's going on right now with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. The industry make it seem as though it can only be one. Nicki was that one until Cardi B came around. When Cardi B came around, Nicki felt threatened. That's what happened. Nicki felt threatened when Cardi B came around because now she had a person that was young, beautiful just like her, had style, swag, and grace just like her. Music was good, the women related to, and she became a threat rather than an ally. They should have just been sisters. They should have just did it together because let's keep it real. Cardi came in respecting Nicki Minaj, honoring Nicki Minaj, saying on public record, I listen to her all the time. I'm a big fan of hers. Nicki didn't want that. Nicki like, nah, bow down, bitch. See what I mean? Rather than saying women power, let's do this stuff together. You get what I mean? So the industry do that. Not only do they do that with women, they do that with the men because this is how they capitalize. They capitalize off y'all violence because this is their way of making money off y'all to be causing strife and contention and division because it's easy to hate than love, even though that's actually backwards. That's just a mind state of ignorance that you've been taught to buy into, when in reality it's more easier to love and hate because you can love more people than you can hate, and you will love more people than you hate. So it's easier to love than hate. But what's polarized is the hate. What's presented to be more attractive is the hate and division. And they want you to buy into the lie. And that's what ends up happening. And this is why they know they don't want this game to be unified. When in reality, the deception in that is that it's more power in being unified than divided. It's too much money out here. If people came together and actually networked together and did things the right way, success would be more faster, more on a higher and broad scale. But what happens is you're going to always have that one person who want to destroy the movement, to be selfish and want it all for themselves, who don't want to work together, but want to be exalted over others to be praised. You're going to see this all the time. All the time. So it's just crazy how Vlad out of nowhere want to bring up Gloria Velez so that she could give the breakdown on how she beat Remy up, stumped her out to hurt her, you know, to hurt her credibility or anything like that. When at the same time you had Remy up here laughing and hee ha ha and kicking it in Remy's face.
I forced them to shoot me.
Yeah.
Like I would have walked away and be like, oh, really? We don't have to do this.
You know, Remy, when you look at the shooting that happened with you, that you know, that you end up doing the jail time over, like, you could have killed the girl.
See what I mean? You see the divide and conquer? You have Remy up here laughing in her face. Hey, Remy, you know. Then when she gone, you bring up her enemy. Oh, tell us what happened with the fight. How did you do it? And you already know what she did to her. See, you see how they play? You see the not Devanka. You see the divide and conquer? Do you see that? Do you see the divide and conquer and how it's used? How it's set up for this? What's the purpose of that for? What's the purpose of reopening those doors? What's the purpose of you being the one to know them both? And then you want to bring Remy up here and tell her gangster bang bang stories. Then you want to bring up a person to debunk her gangster bad girl story and actually let her tell how, yeah, she beat her up, stumped her out, snapped her jewelry off, took her pistols. You know what I mean? Like that right there is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Divide and conquer, separation, strife, and contention and division, instigator, playing both sides. See what I mean? It's things like that. That's why I keep telling people, stop choosing sides. Because you'll find that everybody wrong in the matter. The only side that really count and matter is the side of God. This other stuff is nothing but the enemy. I use this stuff as a means and tool to not only give y'all the things that y'all looking for, that you want to hear, but to also show you the side that need to be true, that we need to hear to actually make us better people. Just keeping it 100 with you, to make us better people. I use the Papoose, Clarissa Shields, Remy Ma, Easy to Block Captain situation to show where they are wrong, to show as a tool of education of how God can be glorified in a situation by which it's ignored, that keep us in a condition we in, by which we are always behind as a people and nation. Think about that. Like, people love looking into the lives of celebrities because 9 times out of 10, we all desire to be celebrities at one time in our life. And since we ain't arrived there, haven't got there, the next best thing to it is to be connected with them. That's why we know so much about them. That's why we look into their lives and things like that, because there's still an inner part in us that always wanted to be a celebrity, by which you find this common ground, a relation by which you just attach yourself to, you know? So you gotta be woken, open, understand what's going on. But if you don't know the spiritual realm, you don't get what's happening in the physical, because everything first takes place in the spiritual. What happens in the spiritual, the effect is the physical. It always starts spiritual first. From what you lack in the spiritual becomes the reality of the physical. That's how this goes. Because we are spirit first, that have a soul, that live in the body. When the body died, the spirit and soul live on. It's eternal. The body becomes dust. We become maggot food. But the spirit and soul is eternal. That's who you really are. The spirit and soul answer for the things that's done in the body. The spirit and soul is rewarded for the things that's done in the body. You are spirit. And it all starts right there first. And once we get that part down pat, you'll begin to operate on a whole different frequency by which you see true success for what it is. And you understand your divine purpose. Because this is nothing but just a bunch of mess. That's all it is, just a bunch of mess. My success come in this is that I take the mess. Then what I do is bring the truth in the mess to direct you to the solution. And the solution is always Jesus Christ. Make no mistake about it. Always. Always. This is the answer for everything. Everybody's lives would be 100% better if only they trusted in the Lord Jesus Christ. It matters for everything. For everything. It matters in family. It matters in finance. It matters in children. It matters in health. It matters in friendship. It matters in community. It matters. Because in that, you become the best you. You become the best woman. You become the best man. You think you good right now, please. Connect yourself to the Lord Jesus. You become 10 times better than what you believe you are right now. You become more wiser, more smarter, more stronger, more richer in finances and in spirit. And you don't look at your losses as failures. You look at them in gain and lessons. But it's a bunch of mess. And it's nothing but the enemy just continuing to just wreak havoc on the ignorance. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it's terrible. I wish, Remy, I just wish you could do better, so much better. It ain't about believing you okay because you got businesses and running businesses. It's about being better in your spirit. It's about being better in your relationship with God. That makes you a better mother. That makes you a better woman. That makes you a better person. That give you a more stronger drive to actually want to make a difference in a positive way by which you can be an example of God's glory, how merciful he really is, and how compassionate he really is. Because you did it for the devil. Why not now do it for God? Everything I just named, you did for the devil. You glorified him. You also allowed yourself to be polarized by his works and rewards. You allowed yourself to be under his influence that led to a lot of bad decision making you did, that you ended up going to prison, losing your husband, shaming your body, destroying your reputation, a lot of anger for no reason, unnecessary fights and divisions. If we can glorify and polarize the enemy, why not now God? And that's all I'm saying. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's a question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.
No streets for you. Leave me waiting on you. Listen, no streets